Good afternoon, everybody. We're back here again with another mod spotlight. We're actually under some light this time. So, any of you guys that have been playing Farm Sim from at least Farming Simulator 2011 will recognize these two OGs right here. So what you're looking at is the Fowler Steam Plough Pack. As far as I can tell, FS 2011, this was the first steam engine mod available from what I can find for the Farming Simulator series. So, it was actually myself and another gentleman. I can't exactly remember his name. I want to say it's Mark, but I believe that would be short version of his name. Um, if I butchered it, I'm sorry. It's just a really long name. Sorry about that. But anyway, yeah. So I actually managed to get the Fowler brought over into FS22 and ran into a bunch of snags. Just because of how broken this model was from FS19. It had a lot of issues, a lot of errors. And it took a little while and a lot of hair pulling. But it's been in FS22 for, I want to say, probably 2-3 months now, and I just didn't do a video on it. So now that I'm going to do some little in-depth videos here, I figured I'd show off one of my own steam engines here. Not mine, but it is a public conversion. So we'll go over the plow here first. So this is a gang plow. It's a John Deere gang plow. I know the wheels look like stop signs, but this is still an FS13 model. So I mean, the polygon count just wasn't there for 13, which if you think about it was roughly 10 years ago, and the poly counts just weren't as large as what they are now. But as you can see, it's got a chain hitch. This axle down here actually does pivot. It pivots on a kingpin right here. Hardwood floor. It does have a gloss to it, but I mean, there's, it is what it is. This is OG FS 2011, FS 13 stuff right here. And a few things to note when you do go to, I believe it's when you hire it out, or when you actually go to lower the plow, you can actually option it with operators to raise and lower the plow. Because these are manually lifted and lowered plows. So you'd actually have, so for example, I'm going to try to show you here. So this would be one set of plows. This would be one set of the gang. So you would have potentially one operator here for the plow, another one here, here, and here. Potentially you could have one person do all this. Which more likely is what happened back when they were plowing with such a large plow. Or you could probably have 2, 3, 4, whichever. But yeah, that's how that operated. Obviously, you would pull down on this lever, and it would pull this rod out from locking it, and you could lift or lower the set of plows on the gang. But yeah, so this is a John Deere gang plow, like I said. It is part of the Fowler pack, and it does work fairly well. I believe there's animation on the plow now for the dirt rolling over in the furrow. I believe so. I can't remember. But yeah, I'm pretty sure there's animation on it now. There's a lot of work went into this and the steam engine itself. A lot of additional work just to bring it up to not quite FS22 standards, but I mean to bring it up with what we have now. And obviously, you could download this mod and put a higher poly count wheel on it. I know one person in particular that has already done that. Looks a lot better, but it's just this is OG material right here. This is very OG. So obviously there's not many options. Like I said, there's the operator option for when you are plowing. Same for the steam engine. You can actually option the steam engine with a someone to operate the firebox and someone to man the controls. And you actually did need two people to actually run a steam engine efficiently. One to obviously feed the fire and one to operate the steam engine. So anyway, we'll go back to the front. This is a very large steam engine. This is massive compared to the Showman, which is right over there. This dwarfs everything. So like I said, this is a Fowler steam engine. John Fowler and company. Oh yeah, John Fowler and company. Yep, they actually produce steam locomotives for rail use and steam traction engines. And this is one of the steam engines that John Fowler produced. So obviously, again, lots of detail for what this model is. You have your plank sides here to get up and oil all the moving components individually. This large roll here is for the steering mechanism, so there'd be a wire on each side or a chain, and the steering wheel would be on a gear, and it would actually pull the large drum left or right depending on where you want it to go. Again, lots of detail in here. This was already in here, and again, this is a fairly low poly count wheel. It's FS13, but it's here. So everything's nicely detailed. You obviously have your large cleated wheels here. You have a small coal box step, your hitch plate where the gang plow actually hooks on, a set of steps to climb up into the operator's position, and everything does move on here. This was a very detailed model for FS 11 and 13 back in its day. No color options like the Showman engine, unfortunately, but nonetheless, if you had this in FS 11 or 13, you know what you're working with. No working lights on this model, obviously. This one doesn't have working lights like the Showman, but this is strictly field use. This doesn't have any of the brass tacks that the Showman does. So I'll actually hop up, and this is the. I think there's actually two views to this. Yes, there's actually there's actually two views to this. So this one actually shows the. I guess this would be the crankshaft view. As you can see, the crankshaft here goes into the. I'm not sure what you would call that, but everything you'll see in a second here. That would show all the moving components, the drive, everything like that, the gear drives, the reverse gear, everything like that. This actually does have a reverse gear. You can see the red bracket with the two set of gears. That would be actually your forward and reverse drive. So when you pulled on the lever, you could actually engage reverse. So we'll go to the other side here. You can actually see the operator's platforms and tools, an oil can, stuff like that. If you don't know steam engines, these actually had small grease cups or oil cups all over the unit to lubricate key components. So there'd be one for, say like the crankshaft. There'd be one for the crank, stuff like that. Any moving parts that needed lubrication during operation, you would obviously fill the cup with oil, and that's how it would lubricate. They didn't have any way of lubricating stuff on the fly. You actually had to perform it manually. That was actually the startup procedure too, when you were getting ready to operate it. But anyway, yep. Coal box here. Firebox is just underneath that shelf full of tools. And let's start this thing up. Obviously we have steam animation. Signature Fowler whistle. it just starts. Oh yeah, okay. So it only starts moving once you actually drive forward. But as you can see, everything's animated. Everything does move. Obviously, this would all be moving if you were in neutral, but it's not quite set up like that. But nonetheless, this is an FS 1113 mod, so I mean it doesn't have a lot of the bells and whistles that we have today. Yeah, and obviously Sears and everything like that. It's not as fancy as a Showman, but it is what it is. Obviously, you have startup, shutdown, and idle noises on this. And this is obviously a public conversion. All the credits are in the mod desk. We couldn't actually locate the original builder. Um, it's either they're not around anymore in the community, or they're unfortunately not with us any longer. So we did credit them heavily in the mod desk. They're actually still there. We didn't put our names to it as it didn't feel right. We just left it the way it was. But yeah, so this is the Fowler Steam Pack. You can find it on the OK Used Mods Facebook site. Just go ahead and search in the group for Fowler or Steam Engine, and you will find the current version that has the options for the operators to be on the plow and on the Steam Engine. And again, when you purchase it, you can obviously option it all out for those. It's up to your discretion, obviously. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and hopefully you guys appreciate the Fowler being back in FS22 as much as I did. I think we need a little more steam power with FS22. I know there's some more coming. There is one other steam engine by WMF, Wood Meadow Farming, I believe it is. They have the 1919 case. I'll be doing a video on that. Obviously, do the trio of steam engines that we have access to. I think I'm going to do some other tractors here shortly too. But yeah, I'll post this up, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and have a great day. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.